Thank you again to Tommy Gulch, who is... Listen.
100 degrees Fahrenheit is hotter than 100 degrees Celsius. Head to WHIO.com/vote now. Put your guess in or on the news app. Click on the Live tab. And coming up at 6 o'clock...
Hey, let's talk to...
Is this our podcast?
Nope.
Just playing another person's show.
It's a weather show from Baltimore, Maryland. Let's talk to Dick in Dayton, Ohio.
Hello. I say we get a record in the 60s or 50s, guys. Mary, Bill.
You really got the you got the weather really cranked there on the television, Dick.
Yeah. Let me go in the other room.
Is that one of the local Dayton affiliates?
Yeah, it's Channel 7. They're talking about the heat wave down here, but
Yeah.
I say we root for Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. They probably could go to the Hall of Fame with this, right?
Sure. What does Martha Reeves and the Vandellas have to do? It's 92 in Dayton. What does Martha Reeves and the Vandellas have to do with it?
Well, not Martha. Well, who was made Heat? I don't know who made Heat Wave. Heat Wave. Who was that?
I don't know.
Martha and the Vandellas? I can't even think.
Okay. Well, it's so hot down there. Maybe your brain is already burning, Dick.
Well, no. I've just tomorrow I'm going to be so busy. We got 2 concerts with the ukulele group tomorrow. We got to play outside. They're going to give us a lot of water, and I went to a music store today, and I didn't even know it. Jim McCutcheon, he's been around the Centerville area, and I got to talk to him, and they had a lot of, the guitars. They had a lot of Gretsch, a lot of Gibson. You saw a lot of good mandolins, and, it was nice.
Dick, I have to, I'm gonna try to ask this delicately, but I have to assume that the Kettering Banjo Society gigs draw an older crowd, right? You're playing songs that generation would know.
Yeah, that generation.
And when you're in the middle of a heat wave like we are, Dick, you probably can't expect that many old people to do that well outside. It's probably not going to be a big draw tomorrow. And you said you have 2 shows.
Well, no, it's going to start at 7 o'clock. They got a tent, and every place we played, in the Banjo Society, they always had a tent for us. We didn't start till like 7 to 9. We never played in the heat.
Yeah, but it's still, tomorrow night, it's still going to be in the mid-80s, Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got a cooler of water, beer, pop, and everything.
For the audience?
Well, for us,
What I'm saying is, how is an audience that old going to be able to sit through your performances when it's in the mid-80s?
Well, I don't know. We got a little canopy.
Will you have
nice breeze.
Will there be a medic on site for anyone who falls out?
Yes, there'll probably be a medic on site.
There's going to have to be, right? There's going to have to be a medic on site.
Right.
Yeah. Martha and the Vandellas played Heat Wave. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bill?
How's Mary?
Hey, Bill.
Mary there?
Yeah.
Hey, Bill. Dick from Dayton, Ohio wants to know how you're doing.
I'm fine. I'm doing well.
How's my buddy Mary?
Say again?
She's in Pittsburgh, so she's not that great.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, it was really nice. I got to... I think everybody... It's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm out there playing, It's kind of unusual for me, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah, sure. I'll take your word for it, but it's very hot.
Yeah.
You
guys come down sometime, see me.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Dick. Be safe out there, and
licky, 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 boom,
don't
boom,
let anybody tell you.
Licky, 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 boom, boom, down.
He's going to have deaths on his hands. Yeah. I'm not wrong, right? The Kettering Banjo Society is going to do an outdoor show tomorrow night in front of... That audience is a very old audience. They're playing like...
They're dying doing what they love, Alan.
Well, that's the band.
No.
Oh, you mean the audience is dying doing what they love,
there.
which is...
They're there, jitterbugging all the way to the grave.
all the way to the ambulance. Man, I don't know what he expects, but there's going to be all kinds of people falling out of their chairs. First of all, you're not going to draw that many people. It's 87 degrees at 8 o'clock at night, let's say. You're not even going to have somebody showing up.
They need a hype man.
Canopy or no.
I mean, it's going to be a hot weekend. That's why you want to get inside the Hatfield's Good Grub in West Park.
It's good
Bill
with an
Squire.
E, if memory serves.
Yeah.
Goody Grub.
So you get those tickets at BillSquire.com. Come on out to that. Stay out of the heat. But don't worry. I mean, you'll laugh your ass off.
If he's performing under a canopy, that's just going to hold the heat in.
No, I mean, it gives you some shade. If you get a breeze going.
But it's 8 o'clock at night. You don't have to worry about shade. You just have to worry about the heat.
Well, it'll be
the sun
down
is
to like
barely
84 by then.
Huh?
It'll be down to like 84 degrees by then.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it'll be all right.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
I mean,
do you think he'll be candid with us if he loses?
If he Dayton Banjo Massacre because everybody just dies of heat.
That's
exhaustion?
what I'm anticipating. It. That's what I'm predicting. The
Kettering
Kettering Banjo Massacre. Mark it down for July 21st, 2022. Do you think that he'll be candid with us if he loses, let's say, a dozen fans?
Listen, if there's
to heat exhaustion,
I don't think he'll have to be candid. I think that makes the news.
Okay.
If there's a dozen people that die of heat exhaustion at a banjo recital.
I mean, nobody dragged them there. They're going of their own volition, of their own free will.
They want to hear the hits.
Yeah, they want to hear Martha and the Vandellas.
World War II and today.
There you go. Man of constant sorrow. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Alan.
What's going on?
Speaking of temperature, you're a smart man. I have a question for you. The internal temp of a body is 97 to 98 degrees, right?
Okay, sure.
But how does your body differentiate the outside temperature? So if it's 70 degrees outside, that's warm. But if it's 50 degrees, it's cold. But the inside of your body is still 98 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
You were just talking about temperatures. I just don't understand that. It's confusing to me.
Well, the body is a wondrous, wondrous organism, isn't it? It's got. What are you asking? How does your body know how hot it is outside?
Yeah, I just am confused. I don't know if anybody.
Well, you have skin, right?
Yeah, but also like your body's not going to. The hotter it gets, your body's not going to maintain its normal temperature. It's going to get hotter.
Yeah, but it's not going to go up to above 100 degrees.
Right,
so
but because.
Arizona, 100.
But your body, as Bill said, your body's also covered with skin, the largest organ in your body.
And if it is hot enough out, you will suffer. Your body will get hotter, and you will suffer from heat exhaustion. And
but if you're in Alaska, you're not gonna. Oh, I guess you get hypothermia or whatever.
Yeah, you get hypothermia. Yeah.
So
stay comfortable out there.
I saw some big question about the other day, and I was like, it doesn't make sense to me either. Like, your inside is 98 constant, unless, like you guys said, heat exhaustion or hypothermia. But how does it differentiate? You can be in water and it doesn't really change.
Yeah, listen, I don't know what he's talking about, but Alan, that weather person in Dayton that Dick was listening to in the background said that 100 degrees Fahrenheit was hotter than 100 degrees Celsius.
She was asking if 100 degrees Celsius was hotter than 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's the weather person. Who,
but she was asking, it was like a trivia question.
Oh, I see. I see. 100 Celsius is like boiling.
Yeah, that's really
right.
Hot.
It's 212 Fahrenheit.
Around like 38, 39 is 100 degrees Celsius. Or is
40 is like over. Yeah, so that's why that clip I played earlier, they're freaking out in England about it being 40 tomorrow because that's north of 100 degrees. Oh, so this person misheard that. Okay, because I didn't hear it at all.
You're trying to get Dick to talk.
I mean, not really, but there he was. Dick's been looking forward to this, so don't crap all over him. I'm not. I don't want him
Alan
to be
just wants
on
to be responsible.
Yes,
adult. That's all.
More so than him. Yeah. He just wants to get out and play a gig. And I don't know how the members of that band are going to be able to stand to be in that weather.
Because they're not in t-shirt and jeans or like a tank top and shorts. They're fully dressed up with their jacket and everything.
Alan, it's always 85 in an old person's home anyway.
Yeah.
Truth. So true.
That's pretty spot on.
Because they have tissue paper skin, right? So they need to stay warm.
I just remember.
Yeah, but when you're outside, maybe I'm completely wrong. Octogenarian Banjo Death Wave is at the Agora this weekend. Thank you for that. I've been meaning to see them.
I just remember as a kid, like one of the few memories I have of like going to like a distant relative's house, like a Medea of our family, like a cousin's cousin or like a great aunt or something like that. Whenever I would walk in their house, the windows would all be fogged up, and they would always have plastic or like the plastic wrap on their couches because whenever you would walk in, all the females that would come through, their edges would start melting. Like it would be so hot because they're always making food. They would have the temp is already probably like at 80 degrees, and then they got some food on the stove. Something's boiling, so then it's doubly as hot. Edges are melting, hair, grease just dripping. You ain't about to get that. You ain't about to get that grease on her couch. So yeah, it is 1,000,000 degrees in there. So they'll probably be just fine. They'll adjust. It's comfortable.
Okay. Alan, what about spontaneous human combustion? I mean, are you asking if a bunch of elderly people could potentially burst into flame? Because I'm pretty sure the answer to that is no. Maybe
They'll burst into flame for listening to that devil music.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm pretty sure that spontaneous human combustion, that there's no scientific evidence to support that. I mean, there have been cases over the years where they're like, we don't have any other explanation. But most of them go far enough back where really outdated medical ideas. That's where spontaneous human combustion came from, right? You have too many bad humors in your body. That's why you blew up. And like back in the day, they thought that alcohol made your body flammable if you drank too much. But that was just a way to try to get people to stop drinking. That was like a prohibition kind of thing.
I feel like
I don't think spontaneous human combustion is.
I feel like there's some people though that have drank enough that they might actually be more flammable.
Yeah, possibly. There are some people that when they sweat, they smell like alcohol. Mm-hmm. So perhaps beware of the fumes near them. Alan, the body, you want to get super nerdy here? Mm-hmm. The body maintains homeostasis through a negative feedback loop. When nerve endings in the skin detect a temperature change, it'll trigger a response from either the muscles to heat the body up or the sweat glands to pull it back down. So that sounds right. To Kyle's question, reptiles are cold-blooded, and they can't self-regulate their temperature. You got to put, you have a lizard, you got to put it under a heat lamp. You have a pet like that. Poundcake had a lizard or something. He was like, did you have a lizard when you were a kid?
My brother was a
No, I never
lizard
had a
guy.
lizard.
I thought you said you wanted a lizard or you had one or a Gila monster or something.
No, I wanted an iguana.
That's what it was.
I never had one.
But you would have had to have put it under a heat lamp.
My mom doesn't like stuff like that because anything that reminds her of snakes and spiders, she don't deal with. I had a hermit crab. She couldn't feed it because it looked too much like a spider. She dated a guy when we were young that had a red tail I think it's called a red tail boa constrictor, but it didn't have a red tail. But yeah, and I used to watch that thing eat all the time. It was so cool and strong. But she would never let me take it out of the cake because she thought it was going to like wrap itself around my neck or something.
Man, it probably would have.
Probably.
Or you would have dropped it, and then you'd have a snake loose in the house.
He had a couple snakes. He wasn't scared.
So your mom wasn't so terrified of them that she wouldn't date a guy with snakes.
She wouldn't touch them. She didn't want to like have to deal with feeding it or like nursing it or anything. But
she didn't want to put a gerbil in its mouth every couple of days.
At Midway Mall, when Midway Mall was a thing, they sold hermit crabs at a little stand, like where you get a cell phone or like your ears pierced or something. And I walked past it. I was like, Mom, can I get one? And I don't know why. I guess me and my brother pressured her into allowing us. And that was the only animal like I was so diligent about feeding it because my mom wouldn't. my mom wouldn't. She was like, I can't touch it. It looks like a spider.
But
It
also
has
hermit
legs.
crabs, if you have one for a pet, they will eat pretty much anything you give them, right?
No, they gave us food to give. Like we
Hermit
bought
crab food?
Yeah. I forget what it was, but
Probably just freeze-dried fish particles.
maybe.
And how long did you have that?
For a while, my mom got tired. She's like, I'm not buying no more shells for this thing. She got pissed off. She's like, because my brother had one, I had one, and there were shells all over the house because it was growing really big. And she was like, if that thing gets any bigger, she's like, I'm going to have to buy like a cage for it. And she's like, it's going to be like too big to, it's going to look like a turtle. And she's like, I don't want that.
Because they can live for a while, too.
It lived
it's not
for
like
a while.
It's not like a goldfish where you think it's going to be gone for a while. Hermit crabs can live a long time.
I had a couple of them, and I think one died. Another one, I don't know if it died or it went away. I don't remember. But my mom was not on it. She was like, I can't go in your room. She's like, I don't like looking at it because like sometimes it would sleep and it would sleep with the claw out, or sometimes it would sleep and then you could see like the little I don't know what you call it, but the little nose thingies would like move, and she's like, ugh, I can't look at it. The little sensors that it had,
like the antenna.
yeah, and it would that would like vibrate as they were sleeping. She's like, nope, I'm not touching it.
What did you name your hermit crab?
Oh, I don't know. This was
You remember all this other stuff. You don't remember the name of the pet
Well,
you're
that-
talking
Remember your
about.
pets'
that's
names?
visual. No, I had no. I don't
What?
remember.
Is it Hermie?
No, I don't remember what the name was.
don't want to be an elf. I want to be a dentist.
I have no idea what that crab's name was.
Wow.
I had a
I had a gerbil named Mark Summers.
I had a couple different hamsters.
I double dare you to feed that thing.
They all died.
All your pets died.
Rainbow
And
died.
you couldn't even bother to remember their names in memoriam.
I remember Rainbow. That was the only one I
They
remember.
gave of their time and their talent for you. They gave so that you could be small and have a pet and enjoy their company. And it's too much for you to recall the names that you gave them. These weren't names they were born with. You don't know what their government was. You don't know what their Christian name was as a hermit crab. You gave them a name and can't even be bothered to remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You can't remember your pet's name, man. That's cold.
Yeah, they're dead.
They had a dog stolen by a neighbor
Yeah.
Oh my God, you remembered that?
who couldn't hang on to that thing.
God, so many things. Yeah, no, we did have a dog stolen by a neighbor.
I know.
Was it stolen?
It's
I'm
your
thinking
story.
Maybe it wasn't stolen. They're like, hey, we're going to rescue this dog.
No, it
They
got.
don't even remember the names of their pets.
No, it got
What
out.
does this dog eat? Apparently hermit crabs.
Her name was BB. I remember that. No, she was a cute dog, and she was a purebred Pomeranian. Like she was like an expensive dog, and she got out, and we thought that she was gone forever. She just got lost. I was like,
And then you found out years later that your neighbor absconded with the dog. Right?
Which is
it was so
crazy.
not like her. I was like, she was like a fat dog. Like she was real lazy. She's not the type of dog that would just like run away. Like run
But
away.
that's a yippy dog.
Yeah, but it was not like the type of dog to just get up and run away. Like if we
Right.
lived in a very small town, someone would have seen something. And so we thought it was very odd that she just vanished without a trace. And then years later, my brother noticed that the neighbor like had a dog that was similar to ours, taking her out for, I don't know if it was a walk or going to the bathroom, and we pulled up on her. And my mom gonna go give her the certificate.
Isn't that funny, though? Can you imagine, like, the family puts the dog in witness relocation?
Right.
They dye the dog, right? They, like, trim it a certain way. They clip its tail, whatever. They just make it.
They
put,
reprogram it
Yeah.
so it answers to a different name.
Yep. They put sunglasses on it so that nobody can tell. Did Poundcake say his mom didn't want to nurse a snake?
I wouldn't put it past him.
I hope.
I'd hope she wouldn't want to either.
I won't touch it, but I'll nurse it. I got a break. You want to get the last word in? Send a text, 35192. Got the Corey Roddick Experience on the way after 6:30 tonight. You're in good shape. And we'll be back after these.
It's the Alan Cox Show.